why you're not losing belly fat and the 3 things that you can do to try and fix it. Number 1, you're not actually on a calorie deficit. You'll be trying to go on a deficit. You feel like you're hardly eating anything, but as soon as you write all your stuff down into a calorie tracking app, whether it's MyFitnessPal or just log in it yourself, you'll realize that you're actually above a deficit, your maintenance or above. Sometimes just by tracking your food for a week or 2, you'll realize that your portion sizes are too high, and then you can start to bring it down and you'll actually be on a calorie deficit, which is what you need to lose body fat. There's no other way around it. Some things make it harder, but we'll look into that later on and what you could do to fix that as well. But 2, you're not actually training properly. Too much cardio and too little strength training. Cardio is great, you burn calories, but you do become a lot more ravenous. You end up getting more hungry, and a lot of times you end up eating more, snacking more, or having larger meals because of it. Whereas strength training, it is challenging in its own way, but it's not going to be as explosively taxing. You're not going to be desperate for energy straight away. And with the strength training, you get the added benefits of improving your metabolism, which is a vital part of that, and we'll cover that in the next point as well. We'll talk more in depth about why strength training is so important. But also, if you're trying to lose belly fat, sometimes you might want to be seeing those abs as well. And the best way to train abs is how you train every other part of your body, or supposed to be, and that's through a strength training routine. So if you train your arms or your chest, 3 sets of 10 reps, then that's how you're going to train your abs as well. It can be anywhere from, for abs, abdominals, you're generally doing higher volume and higher reps. So it'd be somewhere between 1, Mike Mentz away, 1 set to 4. Somewhere between 1 and 4. If you're not getting absolutely exhausted in your abs by the 4th set, you are going too easy on yourself. You need to increase the load. You should be progressively loading your abs as well. You should be making it harder every time you come back to it, even where it's a little bit more weight, a little bit more range of motion, more control of the rep, so slowing down the tempo. Make it harder, whatever way you can. It needs to progressively get challenging. You will look like you're in better shape in your abdominals if you've got abs. So you could have a higher fat percentage in your abdominals and look like your abs are in shape and your tummy's in shape, just because you've got the abs popping through the thin layers of fat. So it will look better without having to cut down as much on your calories. Because if you don't train your abs, you lose so much weight, you just got a flat stomach, no abs, and might look a bit ill. But yeah, it's up to you if you want actual abs or not. So number 3, hormone imbalance, which could be insulin resistance as well, plays a big part in that. So once you get a little bit older, you could become more insulin resistant. And what that means is that your body just produces more insulin, and which signals to store fat for survival mode, rainy day, and it goes straight to your abdomen. So it's harder to shift. Menopause and drops in testosterone can play a role in insulin resistance and that happening as well. So to combat that, you need to do quite a few things. One of them is to start strength training. So the strength training actually helps your muscles get glucose stored in them without the need for the insulin to do the job. So it helps them become more self-efficient on storing their own glucose, which is great because obviously if you're struggling, you're producing more insulin to try and move the glucose into the muscles. So to avoid that from happening, you try and build muscle, improve your metabolism as well. So the more muscle you have, the fitter you are, the less insulin you'll need to produce, improving your nutrition. So obviously the ultra processed foods, your UPFs, you need to cut down those as much as you can. So it's an 80-20 rule normally. 80% really good, nutritious whole foods, 20% can be your UPFs. Then increase your fruit and veg intake and your whole foods. So cooking more yourself rather than getting takeaways and ready meals. Also stress. So obviously cortisol plays a big part on that. So the more stressed you are, the less sleep you're getting, the less good quality sleep. You want good quality sleep. You want to try and manage your stress levels at work, at home, and that should bring your cortisol levels down, which should help prevent fat storage, insulin resistance as well, and help balance out your hormones. You should be able to find it a lot easier to lose that body fat if you get all these things. So, little recap. 1, check that you're actually on a deficit. So count your calories for a week or 2 and check that your portion sizes are right. And don't let the weekend ruin you as well. So you might have a cheat day, but don't let that cheat day ruin your week. And number 2, as we said before, was your too much cardio and too little strength training. So if you're exercising, you want to make sure you're doing strength training as well. That's going to help improve your muscle mass, which will improve your metabolism. So you'll be burning more calories without actually doing anything extra. And it also helps you transfer glucose to your muscles without the need for extra insulin if you're becoming insulin resistant. So that will just help you reduce body fat as well, especially in the belly. And number 3 was hormone imbalances and insulin resistance. And if that is playing an issue for you, whether it's through menopause or dropping in testosterone because getting a little bit older, it doesn't mean it needs to be the case. There are things that you can do. As we said, exercise, including strength training. You want to make sure that your nutrition's on track. So 80-20 rule, 80% whole foods, healthy foods, no UPFs. 20% might have some UPFs, because obviously you want to enjoy life. You don't want to be miserable. You don't want to eat like a rabbit. Protein, make sure you've got enough protein. So 30% of your plate could be protein. You want to get somewhere between 1.2 grams to 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight, unless if you're obese, then you don't want to have, then you want to follow, if you're obese or you're overweight, that method of calculation will send you too high on your food intake. So you want to try and go more to the 30% rule. 30% of your food is protein. But then there's also the mental health side and your stress. So sleep, make sure you get plenty of good quality sleep, at least somewhere between 6 and 9 hours, depending on who you are, but 8 hours is normally the recommended amount, but you'll do fine with 7 solid hours. And if you're a parent like me, if I can get 6 solid hours, I'm buzzing. I love it. 6 solid hours, so much better than 4 in the early days. Managing stress, easier said than done, but you've got to find things that you like, whether it's mindfulness, going out for walks, increasing your step count from 7,000 to 10,000 steps a day, helps manage stress. And trying to be aware when you are getting stressed and trying to find a way of relaxing, calming yourself down, whether it's through listening to your favorite music, picking up a book, taking a minute away from the desk or taking a minute away from the house, just go for a walk, clear your mind, focus on things that you're seeing outside as well, whether the birds, the trees, the feel, the breeze, the weather, the sunlight, when it comes out. Very unreliable over here in England. If you can try and get those, you'll find that your body fat around your belly will come down. If you like this video, check out my other video. Should be around about here or here, depends what way around it is. That will take you on to some more interesting content. If you like the video and you'd like to see more content like this, just drop a comment below and ask me any question you like, and I'll answer it the best that I can as your personal trainer. If you want to take this to the next step and get it sorted as quickly as possible and get it done without the stress and worry of it, just get in touch, book in a consultation, whether it's in person in Exeter or whether you want to train with me online, and we can make sure that you reach your goals in the time that you want to in an enjoyable way that is very little to no stress. Thank you.